Have you ever wondered why some people seem unshakable, unbothered by life's chaos while others crumble at the slightest inconvenience? If you think it's about being cold-hearted or indifferent, you're missing the point entirely. There are countless sensitive souls out there drowning in anxiety, and just as many seemingly tough individuals secretly crushed by every critique. So what's the real secret to genuine resilience? The answer is simple: mastering the art of not caring through Stoic principles. The truth is, 90% of people are slaves to their emotions, desperate for validation and terrified of discomfort. Those who've embraced Stoicism are different. They've learned how to strategically not care, and it's transformed their lives. You see, humans are wired to seek approval and avoid pain, but once you learn to rise above these instincts, you immediately stand out from the crowd. However, you need to know how to do it right. There's a philosophy behind how to correctly not focus so much on unimportant things, and by the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to apply it to your own life. We'll discuss the 9 Stoic mindsets that will teach you the clever art of not caring, empowering you to live with unshakable purpose and peace. 1. Stop trying so hard. Most of us spend our lives in a constant state of effort, pushing ourselves to the brink in pursuit of success, happiness, or approval. We exhaust ourselves trying to control every aspect of our existence, from our careers to our relationships to the way others perceive us. But here's the irony. The harder we try to make everything perfect, the more miserable we become. This relentless striving creates a perpetual state of dissatisfaction, always reaching for the next goal, the next achievement, the next level of success. It's a hamster wheel of desire and disappointment. The Stoic philosophy offers a radical alternative. Instead of constantly grasping for more, it teaches us to find contentment in what we already have. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, put it beautifully. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. This simple shift in perspective can be life-changing. It doesn't mean giving up on ambition or growth, but rather approaching life with a sense of gratitude and acceptance. Imagine the freedom that comes from releasing the need to control everything. Picture yourself taking a deep breath and letting go of the tension you've been carrying. When faced with a situation you can't change, instead of fighting against it, you simply accept it. This doesn't mean becoming passive or apathetic. On the contrary, it means channeling your energy where it can actually make a difference. You'll find that when you stop trying so hard to make everything perfect, life becomes much more enjoyable. You'll be more present, more authentic, and ironically often more successful. This mindset allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. When things don't go as planned, you don't spiral into despair or self-doubt. Instead, you adapt, you learn, you grow. You understand that your worth isn't determined by external achievements or others' opinions. By letting go of the need to control everything, you gain control over the one thing that truly matters, your own mind. 2. Embrace the Stoic idea that happiness is overrated. We live in a society obsessed with the pursuit of happiness. Everywhere we turn, we're bombarded with messages telling us we should be happy all the time. Social media feeds are filled with curated images of perfect lives, creating the illusion that constant joy is not only possible but expected. This relentless pressure to be happy often leaves us feeling inadequate and stressed when we inevitably experience negative emotions. But here's the truth that the Stoics understood centuries ago. Constant happiness isn't just unrealistic, it's boring and ultimately unfulfilling. Life is a rich tapestry of experiences, both positive and negative. The Stoics knew that true fulfillment comes not from avoiding challenges, but from facing them head-on. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote in his personal journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound insight is at the heart of not caring about temporary discomfort or setbacks. When we embrace the full spectrum of human experience, including the difficult and painful parts, we open ourselves up to profound growth and resilience. Think about it. Some of the most transformative moments in your life probably came from periods of struggle or hardship. By accepting that life isn't always sunshine and rainbows, We free ourselves from the constant pressure to be happy. Paradoxically, this often leads to more genuine contentment. Imagine approaching a difficult situation not with dread, but with curiosity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you might wonder, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective doesn't make the challenge disappear, but it transforms it from a burden into an opportunity. You'll find that when you stop resisting the suck and instead lean into it, you develop a kind of emotional immunity. The small annoyances of daily life lose their power over you, and you become better equipped to handle life's bigger challenges. 3. You're not special, and that's okay. In a world that constantly tells us we need to stand out, be extraordinary, and leave our mark, here's a refreshing truth. You're not special. Neither am I. We're all just humans trying to figure out this crazy thing called life. At first, this might sound depressing, but it's actually incredibly liberating. The sooner we accept this, the sooner we can stop overthinking about being extraordinary and start focusing on being genuinely content. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, hit the nail on the head when he said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about how much stress and anxiety we create for ourselves by trying to live up to imaginary standards or constantly comparing ourselves to others. We scroll through social media, seeing carefully curated highlights of others' lives, and feel inadequate. We push ourselves to achieve more, be more, have more, always chasing that elusive feeling of being special. But what if we could let all that go? Imagine the weight lifted off your shoulders when you realize you don't need to be extraordinary to be valuable. Your existence, your humanity is enough. This doesn't mean giving up on personal growth or ambition. Instead, it means pursuing those things from a place of self-acceptance rather than self-criticism. When we stop trying so hard to be special, we open ourselves up to genuine connection with others. We can be more authentic, more vulnerable, more real. We can enjoy our achievements without the constant pressure to top them. We can appreciate others' successes without feeling threatened by them. This mindset allows us to focus our energy on being kind, productive, and true to ourselves, rather than constantly trying to prove our worth. Remember, every person you admire, every special individual who seems to have it all figured out, is just as human as you are. They have doubts, fears, and insecurities. By embracing your ordinary, beautiful humanity, you free up enormous energy to actually enjoy your life and make a real difference in your own unique way. 4. Know that pain is gain and understand the value of suffering. In our comfort-obsessed society, we've been conditioned to avoid discomfort at all costs. We seek out quick fixes, instant gratification, and painless solutions to life's challenges. But what if this very avoidance is holding us back from our greatest potential? The Stoics understood a profound truth that modern society often overlooks. Suffering, when approached with the right mindset, is the ultimate teacher. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet powerful statement encapsulates the essence of not caring about pain and instead using it as fuel for growth. When we reframe our relationship with discomfort, we unlock a wellspring of resilience and personal development. Think about the times in your life when you've grown the most. Chances are they weren't during periods of ease and comfort. It's the challenges, the heartbreaks, the failures that have shaped you into who you are today. Each difficult experience has taught you something valuable, whether it's about your own strength, the nature of relationships, or the impermanence of life's circumstances. Imagine approaching every challenging situation as a workout for your mind and character. Just as we push our bodies in the gym to grow stronger, we can lean into life's difficulties to build mental and emotional strength. This doesn't mean seeking out suffering for its own sake, but rather embracing the inevitable challenges that come our way with a sense of purpose and curiosity. When we stop running from discomfort, we develop a kind of superpower. The small annoyances of daily life, a rude comment, a traffic jam, a minor setback, lose their power over us. We become more adaptable, more resilient, and ultimately more at peace with the ups and downs of life. This mindset allows us to take on bigger challenges with confidence, knowing that even if we fail, we'll learn and grow from the experience. Moreover, our capacity to handle discomfort makes us more empathetic and compassionate towards others who are struggling. We understand on a deep level that pain is a universal human experience, and this understanding fosters connection and kindness. By reframing suffering as an opportunity for growth, we not only improve our own lives, but become better equipped to support and inspire those around us. 5. Choose your battles wisely. In life, we're constantly bombarded with opportunities to care about things. From global issues to office politics, from social media drama to family disputes, the world seems to demand our attention and emotional investment at every turn. But here's a liberating truth: you don't have to care about everything. In fact, trying to do so is a surefire path to exhaustion and ineffectiveness. The art of not caring isn't about apathy or indifference. It's about being intentional with your energy and attention. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, wisely noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This insight is at the heart of choosing your battles wisely. Imagine your capacity to care as a limited resource, like money in a bank account. Every time you invest your emotions or energy into something, you're making a withdrawal. Some investments yield high returns. They align with your values, contribute to your growth, or make a meaningful difference in the world. Others are like throwing money into a bottomless pit. They drain you without providing any real benefit. Take a moment to reflect on what truly matters to you. What are your core values? What goals or relationships bring genuine fulfillment to your life? These are the areas worthy of your focus. By consciously choosing what's worth your time and energy, you'll find yourself less stressed and more fulfilled. You'll stop spreading yourself thin trying to please everyone or fix everything, and start making real progress in areas that truly matter. This selective caring doesn't mean becoming selfish or disconnected from the world around you. On the contrary, it allows you to engage more deeply and effectively with the causes and relationships you truly value. When you stop wasting energy on trivial matters or things outside your control, you have more to give to what's truly important. Moreover, this mindset is contagious. As you become more discerning with your priorities given, you'll inspire others to do the same. You'll create a ripple effect of intentional living, where people focus on what truly matters rather than getting caught up in every passing drama or trivial concern. 6. The great wisdom cultivated by embracing uncertainty. We live in a world that craves certainty. We cling to our beliefs, opinions, and worldviews as if they were life rafts in a stormy sea. We seek out information that confirms what we already think and dismiss anything that challenges our perspectives. But what if this very need for certainty is holding us back from growth, wisdom, and genuine understanding? The Stoics, along with many other great thinkers throughout history, recognized a profound truth: we know far less than we think we do. Socrates, often considered the father of Western philosophy, famously said, "I know that I know nothing." This wasn't false modesty, but a deep recognition of the vastness of human ignorance compared to the totality of possible knowledge. Embracing uncertainty doesn't mean abandoning all beliefs or living in a state of perpetual doubt. Instead, it's about holding our views lightly, remaining open to new information, and being willing to change our minds when presented with compelling evidence. It's about approaching life with curiosity rather than rigid certainty. Imagine the freedom that comes from admitting you might be wrong. Picture yourself in a heated argument, and instead of digging in your heels, you say, "You know what? I might be mistaken about this." Watch how it immediately changes the dynamic, opening up space for real dialogue and mutual understanding. This approach doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. When we embrace uncertainty, we become lifelong learners. We approach each day, each conversation, each challenge as an opportunity to discover something new. We become more empathetic, better able to understand different perspectives. We make fewer judgments and ask more questions. This mindset fosters creativity and innovation, as we're no longer confined by what we think we know. Moreover, Embracing uncertainty can be a powerful antidote to anxiety. Much of our stress comes from trying to control outcomes or predict the future. When we accept that life is inherently uncertain, we can let go of this futile struggle and focus on what we can influence in the present moment. Remember, some of the greatest scientific discoveries and philosophical insights have come from people who were willing to question their assumptions and explore the unknown. By cultivating a comfort with uncertainty, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities and personal growth. 7. Failure is the way forward. In a world obsessed with success, failure has become something to be feared, avoided at all costs. We're taught from a young age that failure is shameful, a sign of weakness or incompetence. But what if we've got it all wrong? What if failure, far from being something to avoid, is actually the secret ingredient to success? The Stoics understood this paradox deeply. Seneca, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Just as our muscles grow stronger when we push them to their limits, our minds and characters develop through challenges and setbacks. Think about any skill you've mastered, or any significant achievement in your life. Chances are, the path to that success was paved with numerous failures. Each misstep taught you something valuable. Each setback forced you to reassess and improve your approach. Failure, when viewed correctly, is simply feedback, information that helps us refine our strategies and grow. Imagine approaching life with the mindset of a scientist conducting experiments. Each failure isn't a personal shortcoming, but a data point that brings you closer to a breakthrough. This perspective takes the sting out of failure and transforms it into a tool for growth. Instead of being paralyzed by the fear of messing up, you become excited about the learning opportunities that come with taking risks. Adopting this mindset requires a fundamental shift in how we view success and failure. Instead of seeing them as opposites, we can recognize them as two sides of the same coin, both essential parts of the learning process. When we embrace failure as a teacher, we become more resilient, more innovative, and ultimately more successful. Moreover, this approach to failure can have a profound impact on our mental health and well-being. When we're not afraid to fail, we're more likely to take chances, to pursue our dreams, to live life fully. We become less prone to perfectionism and the anxiety it breeds. We learn to bounce back from setbacks more quickly, knowing that each failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Remember, every great inventor, artist, entrepreneur, or leader has a long list of failures behind their successes. By reframing failure as an essential part of the journey, rather than a destination to be avoided, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities and personal growth. 8. The importance of saying no. In a world that constantly demands our attention, energy, and time, the ability to say no is a superpower. We're often conditioned to be agreeable, to take on every request or opportunity that comes our way. We fear missing out, disappointing others, or being seen as selfish. But here's the truth. Saying yes to everything means saying no to your own priorities and well-being. The Stoics understood the importance of setting boundaries and staying true to one's principles. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic teachers, advised, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." In other words, don't be afraid to go against the grain and prioritize what truly matters to you, even if others don't understand. Imagine your time and energy as a limited resource, because they are. Every time you say yes to something, you're implicitly saying no to something else. That extra project at work might mean less time with your family. That social obligation you dread might take away from your personal goals or self-care. By learning to say no, you create space for what truly matters in your life. Saying no isn't about being negative or unhelpful. It's about being intentional with your commitments and honoring your own needs and values. It's about recognizing that you can't be all things to all people, and that's okay. When you learn to say no to the things that don't align with your priorities, you free up energy and time for the things that do. This skill also commands respect. Contrary to what we might fear, people often admire those who can set clear boundaries. It shows that you value yourself and your time. It demonstrates that when you do say yes, it's a genuine commitment rather than a reluctant obligation. Learning to say no gracefully is an art. It doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. You can decline invitations or requests with kindness and respect. Often a simple "I appreciate the offer, but I can't commit to that right now" is enough. Remember, you don't always need to provide a detailed explanation for your refusal. As you practice saying no, you'll likely experience some discomfort at first. That's normal. We're going against years of social conditioning. But with time, it gets easier and the benefits become clear. You'll find yourself less stressed, more focused, and paradoxically more respected and valued by others. By mastering the art of saying no, you reclaim control over your life. You stop being at the mercy of others' demands and start living according to your own values and priorities. This is the essence of not caring about pleasing everyone and instead focusing on what truly matters to you. 9. And then you die. Just live fully by accepting your mortality. In our youth-obsessed culture, death is often treated as a taboo subject, something to be feared and avoided at all costs. We chase eternal youth, fill our lives with distractions, and push the reality of our mortality to the back of our minds. But what if confronting our inevitable end is actually the key to living a fuller, more meaningful life? The Stoics practiced a technique called memento mori. Remember that you must die. Far from being morbid, this practice was used as a tool to appreciate life more fully and to focus on what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his personal journal, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Imagine waking up each day fully aware that it could be your last. How would that change your priorities? What petty concerns would fall away? What relationships would you nurture? What risks would you take? What dreams would you finally pursue? This isn't about living in fear, but about living with intention and urgency. When we accept our mortality, we naturally prioritize what's important. The trivial annoyances of daily life, traffic jams, minor disagreements, social media drama, lose their power over us. We stop postponing our dreams and start living them. We cherish our relationships more deeply, knowing that our time together is limited. Moreover, embracing our mortality can be a powerful antidote to fear. When we accept death as a natural part of life, we become less afraid of taking risks, of being vulnerable, of living authentically. We understand that the real tragedy isn't dying, but never truly living. This mindset also fosters gratitude. When we recognize the finite nature of our existence, we're more likely to appreciate the simple joys of life. A beautiful sunset, a warm cup of coffee, a laugh with a friend. We stop taking these moments for granted and start savoring them fully. Remembering our mortality doesn't mean becoming morbid or depressed. On the contrary, it's about embracing life more fully. It's about recognizing the preciousness of each moment and living with greater purpose and urgency. It's about not caring about trivial matters and focusing on what truly gives our lives meaning. By keeping death in mind, we paradoxically learn to live more fully. We stop existing on autopilot and start making conscious choices about how we spend our limited time. We become more authentic, more courageous, and ultimately more alive. After all, as the Stoics understood, it's not the length of life that matters, but the depth with which we live it. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.